Welcome to the age of spatial computing. This was the promise from Apple's announcement yesterday. At Condense, we've been pioneering the field of live 3D video designed for spatial computing for the last 3 years. So obviously, this announcement was exciting for us. There were some fascinating announcements yesterday, but also some interesting omissions, which I'm going to go over today. So the headset is called the Apple Vision Pro. In typical Apple fashion, the hardware looked exquisite. The product has clearly been designed to integrate seamlessly into their ecosystem. The price was eye-watering, and they claim to be pioneers in the space. Oculus. What they showed yesterday was a VR headset. They didn't call it that, but that's what it was. Unlike the Magic Leap or the HoloLens, they chose not to use an optical AR system and instead opted for pass-through VR. So pass-through is where the cameras on the outside of the device pass through the real world into the headset. So it makes you feel like you haven't got a headset on. Varjo are currently leaders in the field for now. And the effect in their headsets is really stunning. But you're still looking at a screen. So it's not the real world, which is not the case with optical systems. You will be able to notice this even given the really high resolution screen of the Apple headset. We think that Apple have chosen to go this route because the technology to do what they wanted to do doesn't actually exist today. But their focus on AR makes it pretty clear that this is their vision for the future. By releasing Vision OS today, they can actually start building the platform that will provide the foundation for this vision of eventually optical AR glasses, which are lightweight and can just sit on your face. So spatial computing is now going to become the new buzzword. Apple said spatial computing 31 times in their keynote. I definitely prefer this buzzword to the metaverse, although metaverse and spatial computing are basically interchangeable now. At least nobody's going to be arguing about whether it exists or not. My guess is that this is going to be the best device on the market for consuming immersive games and entertainment. Unlike other standalone headsets like the Quest or the Pico headsets, which both have the compute power of basically a souped-up mobile phone, this is going to be as powerful as a high-end laptop on your face. And so this combined with an extremely high-resolution screen, it's going to be 4K for each eye, and hand and eye tracking tightly integrated into the user experience, we believe is going to be a really potent package. Which leads me to what I thought was missing from the announcement, and that is spatial content and live content. The use cases shown in the demo were largely 2D screens in 3D spaces, with only a few 3D applications and examples. They showed an incredible example of a basketball game on the table, but it was shown as a vision of what could happen and rather than the product announcement itself. At Condense, we can capture basketball today as well. The reason we're actually called Condense is because 4 years ago, we had the vision of bringing the real world onto these kind of devices. So we built the technology which enables you to condense down real-world events like sports, music, concerts, theater, and more, place them on your coffee table so that you can watch them in God mode. We now enable content like this to be live streamed into games, mobile apps, and websites in real time. And because we're tightly integrated with Unity, we'll also be supporting the Vision Pro headset when it's released. So, is this a new product category? Definitely not. Is it the best thing to happen to the industry in a long time? I believe it is. It's a nod from one of the largest tech companies in the world acknowledging the inevitable future of spatial computing. And that vision is core to what we do here at Condense.